now. It feels like 39. Your overnight low tonight, 21. 680 News Time, 5:03.
With breaking news from Burlington, one person dead, another in hospital after a double shooting. It happened around 1:30 this afternoon on Plains Road at a strip mall.
Yep. Did you hear that?
Mark Douglas joins us live at the scene with the latest. Mark.
Daylight gunfire has left one person dead, another in hospital,
Burlington,
serious to critical
white
condition,
people
and a
live
third
there.
victim suffered unspecified injuries from all this. All
Bullet.
the victims are male.
Bullet.
This happened in a parking lot here on Plains Road East near King Road just
Gunshot
after
wounds.
1 p.m. A body was left just lying there close to a large black SUV. Norm lives nearby. He heard the violence unfold.
10 or 12 shots. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was construction. So I looked out my window and I didn't see nothing. I lived right beside the school. And then my wife came home and told me somebody got shot across the road.
All regional police say there is only one suspect who fled the scene, possibly in a gray sedan.
And that'll be like the first and last incident of violence
or
that's happened
denied
to this
reports
house.
on social media that the man who was killed here is possibly mobster Pat Musitano.
Is there somebody else that might be?
Anderson say anything about whether this shooting has an organized crime connection.
No, I'm just saying I know how to read the news in Toronto.
All aspects of but at this point it's way too early to determine any sort of
Is it Fat Pat or not?
Belongs to Musitano. Investigators are urgently seeking dash cam video from anyone who was in the area when this happened. Police say there was no further danger to the public.
There's people going.
I'm Mark Douglas.
Dash cam. That's right. Let's go delete that right now. There's people that know better than the fuck we get involved.
680's Michelle Mackey joins us live with that.
Didn't that black SUV have like OnStar or some shit? Wasn't it an Escalade?
Entrance number 3, just after 2 p.m.
Police arrived on scene and located the 26-year-old one gunshot to the abdomen area. That means immediately rushed to the hospital. As I understand it, it's in serious but not life-threatening condition.
Inspector Paul Rinkoff says it's unclear at this time whether this was a targeted shooting. Toronto police confirm they have located the suspect vehicle seen fleeing the area after the shooting, but do not currently have any suspect descriptions. And it's not the only shooting reported in the GTA today. Just after 4 this afternoon, police responded to a drive-by shooting in the area of Don Mills and Eglinton. That's where they found a silver Toyota with at least 3 bullet holes in the driver's side on Foresters Lane. No reported injuries or victims at this time. Investigators, however, are looking for a male suspect driving a black SUV last seen eastbound on Rushford Drive. Reporting live, I'm Michelle Mackey.
This is 680 News. Peel police are now involved after a racist rant caught on video at a Mississauga supermarket. They've identified the man in the video being verbally abusive to staff at TNT supermarket on Central Parkway West. They're telling him to get a lawyer and turn himself in. Constable Akil Lukin tells 680 News there is one positive aspect to this case.
10 minutes ago.
Community rallying behind the employees and the customers and all the people that were at that location, and to see the community support for somebody that had to go through such a terrible incident is good to see, and I'm happy to see that the community is being the great community we know they are.
Peel police say it's possible the man could be charged with causing a disturbance. It would be up to the Attorney General, though, to decide if hate crime charges would be laid.
This is 680 News. Toronto and much of southern Ontario under a heat warning as scorching temperatures continue for another day. Feels like 38 right now in downtown Toronto. 680's Madison Fitzpatrick tells us the heat may be on its way out. Madison.
Yeah, James, the GTA might finally get a break from the scorching heat we've been having. 680's meteorologist Denise Andriachi says thunderstorms this afternoon into this weekend will break this heat wave. The thunderstorm activity that we are expecting is going to slice through this high heat and will tap back into more seasonal air through the weekend, although it is going to be somewhat unsettled this weekend. Again, overnight tonight and into Saturday, we've got this chance of showers and thunderstorms, and then some more wet weather is possible on Sunday. Temperatures near seasonal, 26, 27 degrees for daytime highs here in the city for Saturday and Sunday. And keep in mind, if it's still too hot for you, Torontonians can cool off at all the city's 140 splash pads and 56 outdoor swimming pools that are now open. And Toronto beaches are also open, including the 4 Toronto Island Park beaches. Reporting live, I'm Madison Fitzpatrick, 680 News.
I thought it was Fitzgerald.
The premier stopping by a manufacturing company in Woodbridge this afternoon and what's being touted as a thank you tour. 680 Stuart McGinn reports.
Premier Doug Ford's tour of 4 different businesses is all part of a plan to spend time thanking workers for their service during the pandemic. His daily COVID-19 briefing was held at a manufacturing plant in Woodbridge, where he touted impressive job numbers and the strength of the province's economy. 116 new cases of COVID-19 are being reported today, mainly coming from the GTA, and testing of temporary workers in Windsor-Essex, where Windsor Mayor Drew Dilkin says more help is needed.
We need the province of Ontario to step up. We have asked the Provincial Emergency Operations Centre to come down and lead the effort.
Dilkin says such a big project with hundreds of workers affected needs to be led by an agency and higher levels of government. Meanwhile, looking at recoveries province-wide, they've surpassed 88% with fewer active cases now than during any time through the month of April. I'm Stuart McGinn.
Working from home?
Stay up to date on the coronavirus.
Now more than ever.
Listen 3, 4, 5 times a day on your radio,
680news.com.
or ask to play 680 News on your smart speaker.
Now, 680 News gas price update. Enpro predicts there's a little movement. It will drop a cent at midnight. Get your traffic, Christine.
This report is brought to you by your local Ontario Subaru dealers. Northbound 400 still heavy approaching Rutherford to north of King Road. It's slow from Aurora Road to north of Highway 9 and from approaching Mapleview to north of Essa. And we have delays north on the 400 extension past Penetanguishene Road up through Festerton and up towards Port Severn. If you're traveling northbound on Highway 11, though, it's in much better shape as you travel through Gravenhurst and Bracebridge. No problems. Highway 26 still closed between Horseshoe Valley Road and Frolic Road, and that's for a collision investigation ongoing. Eastbound 401 is slowed down from West Main to East Dixon. It picks up once you get towards the 35-115, and northbound 115 is jammed from Airport Road to beyond Highway 7 because of single lane construction. So you might want to take eastbound Lansdowne Street as an alternative. You can head off at Airport Road and try that route. And County Road 124 closed between Shelburne and St. Hampton, and that's because of another serious collision. With College Country traffic on the
Lansdowne to Canada. I didn't know that.
Ontario Subaru dealers are finding all new ways for you to safely shop for a Subaru. Call or connect online. Your local dealer is here to help you every step of the way.
Hi, I'm Adam, founder of NewBorrow.com, and I started our company after I got fed up with the mortgage loan process. Turns out I wasn't alone. Thousands of homeowners wanted help.
They went above and beyond to help me get a line of credit. It was amazing service.
They treated me like a valued client and outperformed anyone I spoke to. Want to lower your mortgage payments?
Ponzi.ca.
Use your home to get a loan with NewBorrow. Visit NewBorrow.com.
I was going to hold the phone.
Taking you time, Bobby.
Dealer on the ones brought to you by LL Bean Airport Chopper 680 George.
Local issues on the 401 and 407.
If I don't remove them, they're bleeding because they're cutting through the skin. I have to remove them to stop them bleeding.
Traffic crossing over using the bullnose. West 401 is heavy. Expressing collectors. After the 400 is empty collectors. From the 427 collectors to west of it, where we have those 3 left lanes blocked off. It's also backed up on the northbound 427. North of Bloor, the express to the West 401 ramp because of that issue that delays northbound 427 Redstone Ditch. Eastbound on the 401, a new issue with Dixon. 2 left lanes blocked to the crash. It's backed up from approaching Dixon to it.
Your blender's still running, man. Your blender's running. Can't hear me because the blender's running.
407 approaching Keel, 3 left lanes blocked to the crash. Just west to the DEP to west of Strawn. West WW's not doing too badly through Mississauga and Oakville, but in Burlington it's busy approaching Burloak to west of Wellpline. You'll find the North 410 in pretty good shape. Volume we had earlier has pretty well eased off. If you're on the North Don Valley, that's busy approaching Don Mills up to York Mills, and the 404 slow 407 to north of 16th Avenue. One spot of odd volume is on the southbound 404. It's busy crossing over the 401 onto the Don Valley down to York Mills. And then we have a volume spot.
Yeah, because it was just a drive-by shit in there. You don't want to talk about that. That's eating somebody else's food or doing someone else's work. Hey, I don't. Don't sit in your helicopter. Don't fly into my bathroom.
Feeling like 40 winds around the east, southeast. We've got some active weather on the radar across pockets of southern Ontario. It looks like more of a late evening episode of active weather for us here in the GTA, kind of closer to sunset, and then up until and past the midnight hour is when we'll hear some rumbles of thunder. Don't be surprised if you wake up with some lightning through the overnight tonight. Even into Saturday, it looks like some thunderstorm activity for the morning, and then possibly some showers kind of fizzling out through the afternoon. Highs tomorrow near 27. We're cutting through the high elite. Your overnight low tonight, 21.
Now, the Scotia High Trade Market Minute. This is Senator Carl. James, is a winning day and week for North American markets. The TSX was up by 145 points to 15,713. Stateside, the Nasdaq did well, getting 6 record closes in 7 days, and also a 3-day rally to boot. It gained 69 points to 10,617. S&P adding 1% to 32 points, with the Dow rising by 1.4% to 369 points. As for gold, it lost $1.90, finishing at $1,901. Oil was up by 2.4%, closing at $40.50 per barrel. Canadian was up 0.6%, closing at 73.56 cents US. And this comes with a record-breaking job data for Canada for June. That's from the job added 953,000, while the unemployment rate fell to 2.3%. That is a sound Carl Garnett.
Direct invest with Scotia iTrade. Get started in 3 easy steps and begin your investing journey from home today. Learn more at ScotiaITrade.com.
Superfan with a super deal. Our biggest construction sale is on now. Don't pay for 6 months on all new cars. Your safety is our #1 priority. We have masks and gloves ready. We sanitize and we arm. We maintain social distancing. No payment for 6 months on all new cars. Shipping to price at nowpartiers.com. Looking for a
If you've been thinking of building a backyard garden shed, you should know that DuroShed has been installing sheds in full capacity for over 25 years. And DuroShed has social distancing down to a fine art. DuroShed will arrive in the morning, work outside all day, and before supper time, you'll have a beautiful new garden shed, storage shed, or pool cabana. You can watch from inside while we build your DuroShed outside. Check out our photo galleries at duroshed.ca. That's duroshed.ca.
This is All News Radio, 680 News. Skies in downtown Toronto, 32 degrees at Pearson, but it feels like 40. Good afternoon. Quick News broadcast center on James Monroe.
We'll get into it. Secure the top stories right now.
We're breaking news from Burlington. A shooting left 1 person dead, another person taken to hospital. Health inspectors reporting that deceased is notorious monster at the town. He was 4 times last year, but survived that murder attack. It happened as he played the King Road area. Government has made their road closure. 680 News is on the scene.
We got Keith Watson around with top. After vision, it's a show.
Against the Red Sox in Boston, July 21st and 22nd, before their season opener in Tampa Bay, July 24th. Avenue at Muirfield is round 2 of the PGA's Workday Charity Open. Colin Morikawa has the clubhouse lead at 13 under par. Canadian Nick Taylor, along with American Sandbergs, both tied for second right now, 4 shots off the pace.
That was before Italy got run through with his
a revised financial request. The league is seeking about $42.5 million in aid to cover
the white SUV up and down Rochester, shooting up the restaurant tour, goes back to 2015. Italy, when I was watching the
This is
You got walked up with a drywall mask and a orange vest and popped and I walked away. If he had waited 7 years, it would have been a perfect disguise. Somebody got this motherfucker in Vancouver. Here, they're trying to steal $200 million. Hold on. You're a party to a $200 million gold field. That wasn't good enough for you. You wanted more?
Greenland is getting ready for their 2020 season to provide a safe, fun outdoor experience for the whole family to enjoy. With wide open spaces, rides for the kids big and small, exciting animal exhibits, and great spots for families to picnic, Marineland has it all. They're opening soon and can't wait to see your family having fun at the park this summer. Visit Marineland.ca to learn more about the reopening plans for 2020.
Country traffic, Christine Michaels.
This report is brought to you by MyMissCoastalColleges.com. It's still busy up at northbound 400 as you approach Rutherford to the King City en route, and the old active on this road to north of Highway 9, and delays from Maple Beach to north of Exeter. And from extension, and still 6 slowdowns past Connection Road, off and on up to section towards
Nobody's got any gangsters to their house. No hustles to their gang. How come Lego doesn't have like the world's biggest Lego land in Lagos, Nigeria?
Highway 26 that remains
Why not?
closed in
But why not? You know how many fucking people would go?
On Frontenac Road, and that's for an ongoing collision investigation.
We're going Lagos. To do what? Live in Lagos.
For the Durham region, you'll find this from east of West
Yeah, but it's real. Let's go do
and
that.
east of the 412.
I'll cheap on the ticket tonight to one of those N-word countries.
And that's the Big Apple. Everything is
So her name is fucking Lagos. It bugs me every time I fucking hear it.
Past Highway 7, where you're down to one lane only because of her work. Except in 124 Classic in Shelburne is exempted for a serious collision. So we've come to country traffic on the road and I'm using my nose.
Muskoka Realtor Bob Clark offers buyers a stunning portfolio of waterfront cottages to choose from. Schedule a tour of lakeside luxury today at MyMuskokaCottages.com. Get you where you need to go faster. The most traffic in Toronto. 680 News. 680 News Time, 5:21. Traffic and weather together on the ones brought to you by 407 ETR Airport. Chopper 680, Jordan Griffin.
A lot of issues on the eastbound 401, the eastbound 407, and the westbound 401. So, eastbound 401, first of all, slow Mississauga Road to Mavis, and then at Dixon, 2 left lanes are blocked with a crash. It's backed up from the 427. After that, delays approaching west into the 400 from the Allen to Leslie, and approaching Wharton to Kennedy, but primarily in the collectors there. On the eastbound 407, flying over the snow, approaching Kiel, 3 left lanes blocked off with a crash. Emergency crews are on scene. It's backed up from west into approaching Kiel, and then after that, eastbound 407 east to Kennedy and Markham, 2 right lanes blocked for emergency construction, and the Kennedy range to east 407 are closed. Westbound on the 401, west of the 427 in the collectors, 3 left lanes are blocked off because of a crash, but only the right lanes open, and the westbound Eglinton ramp to west 401 is partially blocked off, all because of that crash as well. Delays westbound 401 start from Leslie, Overley Express and collectors to Kiel, then from west to Kiel Express 400 collectors to Dixon, and then Jay from the 427 to west of the collectors because of a crash. That's also causing a backup northbound on the 427. It's Jay from Clear Express to the 400 ramp. So if you're heading north on the Don Valley, 404 from north of 84 to York Mills, and 407 to north of 16th Avenue. I would say delays northbound on the 4, actually the 410 is not too bad. Last time I looked at it, it was moving through it well. So into Brampton, a fairly smooth drive.
410,
You're on
that's
your way out of downtown on the westbound Gardner. It's busy just west of the DVP to west of Strawn. There's a bit of a delay as well as you approach the 427. And then we've got a fairly smooth drive on the west QEW through Mississauga and Oakville. Still that volume into Burlington, approaching Burloak to west of Wildfine. Heading towards the city, eastbound QEW looks pretty good. We've got a bit of volume on the east 403 through Dundas. It's always a major choking point there, but that's it. You're on the eastbound Gardner, minor delays passing the exhibition grounds. We've got this volume on the southbound DVP, south of Finch to York Mills, and then about Eglinton down to York Mills. Eglinton Mills is still in the DVP, so it's backing up off the ramps onto the Don Valley southbound. 407 ETRs helping communities respond to the needs of isolated seniors through banks and those seeking mental health.
What's the one business that does not have an online shopping cart application, you're going to hate yourself for not guessing. So I'm going to let you think about that. What's the one business? They tend to have websites, but they don't have to, because the one business does not have a shopping cart on their website. You're going to hate yourself. Goddamn grocery store. No, their fucking receipts are basically grocery lists. I want to be able to just go tap, 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 tap and know what it's going to cost me. Why would we do that if you can't order it? Because we're about to walk over there. And grocery stores tend to be 2 minutes from your home, between 2 and 10 minutes. Why grocery stores are great entertainment? We just have to be the first plug in the neighborhood, that's all. And then just start building houses and that's your grocery store. Hey! Since you're not open at 2 in the morning, the convenience store and the gas station will pop up.
It happened in the Plains and King Road area. There are road closures there. No arrest made for the scenes for News.
Hi, I'm Sherry Tabb, co-founder of the Herzig.
Just think you're going to the scene.
Your smiling eyes are how you communicate. My eyes are smiling because full patient care has resumed at Herzig Eye Institute. With high-tech safety precautions,
one of them has an average of 3 operations a month. The doctor that did mine at 50,000. 2 brothers started the clinic at 50,000. When I first decided to go to that clinic, they had 20,000 apiece. And the third doctor wasn't even with them. All 3 of them had 50,000 procedures apiece. I can tell us how many they've done, how many they fucked up. None. You can't find a record anywhere that's ever happened.
Niggas on my dick, so I hit him with the worst. Clang dog licks, gotta hit him with the worst. Just blood shit gets on my nerves. That's the band, though. I'll be back on the first. Don't get close, no, I won't get hurt. What up with the front, walk off with a smirk.
I learned from my grandmother. Good thing, too, because she had the same problems I had. I didn't realize. Funny, we had the same medication. Same cough, same weird pains in our muscles. Oh, yeah, I know what
friends, man, they only got shit. Trapping his dad, trapping his back. 40s and 50s, he want a mic. Using the mic, 40 with 30s, using the mic. Niggas say you want to kill me, nigga. I'm on the air,
regulations after financial crisis, traditional banks have cut back from lending to homeowners. Without home equity loans from capital firms, the money is being used for special loans. Whether it's home renovations, college tuition, or you just want to pay down taxes, Capital Direct can help. Call Capital Direct today at 1-800-NEW-CAPITAL to see what's available for you. Capital Direct.
It's don't get close. It's raw dog.
How you spell? You know. Ba, ba, ba.
Yeah, we ain't getting none. Capping his head, trapping his back. 40s and 50s, beam on the Mac. Hop off the whip, using the mask. 40 with 30s, you do the math. Hey, nigga said he wanna kill me, nigga. I'm right here, nigga. Hey, real deal, you a tour story, but right here, nigga. Trapping his head, trapping his back. 40s and 50s, beam on the Mac. Hop off the whip, using the mask. 40s with 30s, you do the math. Hey,
if I could choose between the trigeminal neuralgia and the ingrown hairs, I would keep the trigeminal neuralgia.
Niggas on my dick, so I hit him with the first. Clang dog link, gotta hit him with the work. I'm just blood shit gets on my nerves. Left the band, though, I'll be back on the first. Don't get close, no, I won't get hurt. Run up with a frown, walk off with a smirk. Nine put him down, send him to the nurse. Shorty got bands, tell me what is yours worth. Mine for the block, came straight from the dirt. Take her up the ends, move to the birth. Got coke, got crack, got perks. Got beef, rap bullets that hurt. Hands over bread like sesame seeds. Big bird on the block, Sesame Street. Whip, 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 turn a trip to a treat. I don't got friends, man, they only got thieves. Capping his dead, trapping his back. 40s and 50s, beam on the Mac. Hop up the whip, using the mask. 40 with 30s, you do the math. Hey, nigga said he wanna kill me, nigga. I'm right here, nigga. Hey, real deal, you a tour story, bust light year, nigga. Trapping his dead, trapping his back. 40s and 50s, beam on the Mac. Hop up the whip, using the mask. 40s with 30s, you do the math.
You gotta use all the wrong French words. I have to make a sortie to the resupply depot. Oh, where's that Americanized French guy from the Congo? I gotta hear him again. I love his French. He's got the American eye. I don't know where they found this guy. I think he must have like an American dad and like a Swiss French mom. He's his ways of rebelling. He's talk like an uneducated American in French, which is an odd confluence of things because you have to follow a lot of rules to speak French. Otherwise, you don't speak French. You just speak
I'ma get that spinach. I be sinning, I'm winning. They don't like it, yeah, I bet. See the pain in their heart and their chest. Watch me said I'ma get that spinach. I be sinning, I'm winning. They don't like it, yeah, I bet. See the pain in their heart and their chest. I love the rain when it falls, yeah, I'm blessed. Both the fame and the cars and the jets. I had them thinking I was God to the sight. I never let her live the life you would die for. Held out who I can't save her, I'm no lifeguard. Maybe you can get the deed, but I might charge. Pull up to the spot, they're like, who is that there? Hands up, give me the loot like a cashier. What you thought, are you dumb? I don't play shit. I killed you and your brother with the same clip. All the bullshit you been talking, boys, ain't shit. I'm a different man now, different face. Watch you set it up and get that spinach. I be sinning, I'm winning. They don't like it, yeah, I bet. I see the pain in their heart and their chest. Watch you set it up and get that spinach. I be sinning, I'm winning. They don't like it, yeah, I bet. I see the pain in their heart and plot that I'm leaving unidentified. Just the rental had to drop it off at Enterprise. Shell casings in the whip, had to check it twice. I think well, just for that shit, they get good advice. Yeah, this is about to be a genocide. This motherfuckers will be dead, but I can never die. This is the reason why your wife said she met a guy. 5 minutes in a push it just to get his wife. Yeah. We are not the same kind. You gotta pay dues, I already paid twice. Y'all don't make moves, all you do is waste time. I'ma always be woke while you haters stay blind. Watch you said it, I'ma get that spinach. I be sinning, I'm winning. They don't like it, yeah, I bet. I see the pain in their heart and their chest. Watch you said it, I'ma get that spinach. I be sinning, I'm winning. They don't like it, yeah, I bet. I see the pain in their heart and their chest.
My grandmother was funny. Blah blah blah. Mafia.
This is based on a problem.
What'd you say?
You recording a song today?
What'd you say? Blah blah blah. The Mafia house. The Mafia house. The house down there. It's the Mafia house. Oh, that one. Okay, well, if you say so. It wasn't wrong. You just would never notice these people.
You should see us go to work. Watch me hit
I don't know
him
what's
where
wrong
it
with that. I
hurts. Watch me
forgot to ask
fucking hit him first. Watch me put him in a hearse. Drinking blood and quench my thirst. Catch a charge with their reverse. This who cheated kinda cursed. FTP across my shirt. Yeah, fuck the population. Fuck your life and occupation. I'ma watch you run away. It look like you're immigrant.
This is based on a problem.
That was 2. 1, 2. Can we standardize that? If it's in the first 2 seconds, that means I want to go back and get it. You hit that a second and a half in, and it just keeps going back that 1 second. CD player days. My video came into a solid state, cartridges like a USB, but very advanced.
I'ma get that spinach. I be sinning, I'm winning. They don't like it, yeah, I bet. See the pain in their heart and their chest. Watch you said I'ma get that spinach. I be sinning, I'm winning. They don't like it, yeah, I bet. See the pain in their heart and their chest. I love the rain when it falls, yeah, I'm blessed. Both the fame and the cars and the jets. I had them thinking I was God to the sight. I never let her live the life you would die for. Held out who I can't save her, I'm no lifeguard. Maybe you can get the deed, but I might charge. Pull up to the spot, they're like, who is that there? Hands up, give me the loot like a cashier. What you thought, are you dumb? I don't play shit. I killed you and your brother with the same clip. All that bullshit you been talking, boys, ain't shit. I'm a different man now, leave your face. Watch you said it, I'ma get that spinach. I be sinning, I'm winning. They don't like it, yeah, I bet. I see the pain in their heart and their chest. Papa said I'ma get that spinach. I be sinning, I'm winning. They don't like it, yeah, I bet. I see the pain in their heart and their chest. Lost and I'm leaving unidentified. Just a rental had to drop it off at Enterprise. Shell came into the whip, they had to take it twice. They wrong for that shit, they would good advice. Yeah, this is about to be a genocide. Yeah, but I will never die. See the reason why you white because you met a guy. 2 minutes in a push it just to get a shot. Yeah, we are not the same kind. You gotta pay dues, I already paid twice. Y'all don't make moves, all you do is waste time. I'ma always be involved while you here to stay. I said I'ma get that finish. I be sinning, I'm winning. They don't like it, yeah, I bet. See the pain in their heart and their chest. I said I'ma get that finish. I be sinning.
6 Cities Mark Douglas joins us live from the scene with more on the extensive investigation. Mark. That's right, James. Multiple reports, including one from the Hamilton Spectator, say the victim of this daylight shooting in Burlington is notorious Hamilton mobster Pat Musitano. Constable Ryan Anderson from Halton Regional Police has nothing to do with
Burlington's like halfway between here.
I be sinning, I'm winning. They don't like it, yeah, I bet. See the pain in their heart and their chest. I said I'ma get that spinach. I be sinning, I'm winning. They don't like it, yeah, I bet. See the pain in their heart and their chest. I love the rain when it falls down blessed. Put the big
Around here came to see, and there you see the dead body on the car park.
Witnesses tell me they heard anywhere from 5 up to 12 shots fired. Police are appealing for witnesses to come forward, especially anyone with dash cam video from Page Road East and King Road area from early in the afternoon. Live in Burlington, I'm Mark Douglas.
This is 680 News. A 26-year-old man is in hospital after being shot outside Scarborough Town Center. That happened this afternoon also. 680's Michelle Mackey joins us live with the latest on that. Michelle.
So, Jana, the man was found just after 2 p.m. with one bullet wound to the abdomen. Inspector Paul Rinkoff says he remains in hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries.
The victim was situated outside the mall. It's too early to tell if this was targeted. We don't know the motive at this time. But again, investigators are on scene. We're interviewing. Hopefully, we're going to be speaking to the victim shortly.
Police believe they've located the dark SUV seen fleeing the area, but do not have any suspect information at this time. And just after 4 p.m., Toronto police also responded to a second shooting near John Mills and Eglinton. Investigators say the drive-by left multiple gunshots in a vehicle on Foresters Lane, and there are multiple crime scenes. No injuries or victims have been reported.
That's the other thing about the Franco Ontario play.
Driving
reduce, maybe not eliminate, but reduce the chances somebody else gets shot.
Gunshots were heard in the area.
The windows aren't tinted.
I'm Michelle Mackey.
It's a black charge.
This is 680 News. A man caught on video parading staff at the T&T supermarket in Mississauga could be facing charges. Peel Police tell 680 News they now have a name to go with the police.
An hour ago, you said that it wasn't a fucking neighbor. You wanted to hear his side of the story. Yeah, because the fucking video starts with him saying, I told you I had asthma.
Said I'ma get that spinach. I be sinning, I'm winning. They don't like it, yeah, I bet.
We are Canadian, we are Canadian, but you're not doctors. You're not fucking doctors.
Get that spinach. I be sinning, I'm winning.
You're the only ones on the soundbite?
Yeah, I bet.
There's 2 people that probably should be right.
I love the rain.
Oh, you fucking love these people.
So the pain is the cause of the death. I had them thinking I was God to the psych ward. I never let her live the life you would die for. Tell her, oh, I can't save her, I'm the lifeguard. Maybe you can get the D, but I might charge. Pull up to the spot, they're like, who is that there? Hands up, give me the loot like a cashier. What you thought, are you dumb? I don't play shit. I killed you and your brother with the same clip. And that bullshit you been talking boys ain't shit. I'm a different man now, leave your face. Said I'ma get that spinach. I be sinning, I'm winning. They don't like it, yeah, I bet. I see the pain in their heart and their chest. Said I'ma get that spinach. I be sinning, I'm winning. They don't like it.
People that look
Yeah, I bet.
already
See the pain in their heart and their chest, yo. First spot, then they'll leave it unidentified. Just a rental, had to drop it off at Enterprise. Shell casings on the whip, had to check it twice. I think my homies for that shit, they give good advice. Yeah, this about to be a genocide. Motherfuckers dead, but I can never die. No reason why your wife said she met a guy. Minutes in a push just to get it right. Yeah. We are not the same kind. You gotta pay dues, I already paid twice. Y'all don't make moves, all you do is waste time. I'ma always be woke while you haters stay blind. While you sinning, I'ma get that spinach. I be sinning, I'm winning. They don't like it, yeah, I bet. You see the pain in their heart and their chest. While you sinning, I'ma get that spinach. I be sinning, I'm winning. They don't like it, yeah, I bet. You see the pain in their heart and their chest.
Oh, let them all waste because there's nothing we can do. This is way outside. Yeah, I live as close to the fucking situation. The next two fucking closest places are Ottawa and Montreal. And I live in a fucking mafioso building. This is nothing we can fucking do. Nothing.
It's the least amount of problem we've encountered in this song so far.
I couldn't even tell you, like, there's so many back and forth. This is like settled shit. This is window. You got no idea.
They don't want to catch
All I
me
know is all the leveling up that takes place is sort of happening now.
You should see us go away. Watch me hit him where it hurts. Watch me fucking hit him first. Watch me put him in a hearse. Drinking blood, they
Remember, a whole shitload of old people in Italy died, eh? A whole shitload of old people in Quebec died, eh?
Yeah, fuck the population,
No,
fuck
it's
your life
pissed off, eh?
occupation. I'ma watch you run
Been
away,
pissed
it look
off,
like
but-
immigration. Same grubby sweater since high school. Drugs out the vial, I'm vile, almost freezing vials. Survival of the fittest, I'm a walking pandemic. Try to take on me and do the jogging man with it. What's a champion scene without some sadness up in it? I know the world is ours, I'm just having a minute. Another dead man walking with a casket incentive. It's either a bucket or a habit I'm kicking. Conscience roll caller, is it cast in auditions? If you notice I ain't present, it's cause the past isn't finished. Coming for the throat of anyone that is my enemy. Listen, little bitch, this is not what I pretend to be. Send an army, send your troops, send them in with camo suits. Come and catch me, make me pay. Or boy till my dying day, or boy till my dying day, or boy being sealed away, or boy after I decay. I'm a fucking misfit with his fucking wrist slit. Hit you with my fist, bitch, bring it red like Christmas. Death is on my wish list. The headphones ain't tangled and it's lost. Punk ass AirPods, if they ain't listening, it's their loss. No cap, no strings attached, fucking weird flaws. Down drugs crash, how we share flaws. Give the empathy in my epitaph.
Wow, I've been into these reasons so long.
That with emphasis, ain't no comic
I'm just throwing a bunch up and get one up and goes. 2015, 11, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock. I'm not even joking about that.
Shit, I'm probably wrong. Stay lifted and twisted like a fucking polygon. If you feeling froggy, get knocked back to a polywall. Swear you'll see the black dog, so don't push no more. When it comes to push and shove, I'll put you through the floor. Someone come and catch some smoke, I swear you'll be the one that choke. When I'm fucking angry, bitch, I'ma wipe out all your hope. I'ma smoke your fucking dope, cut you up like cantaloupe. Send you to the North Pole, inside of an envelope. Bloody up my swords again, demons always play pretend. Cut them up with just a pen, I'm something you can't comprehend. Against me you cannot defend, pain and fear you can't prevent. I'll make sure you feel suspense, put you under the cement, put you in the ground for talking down to a nihilist. Taking all these chemicals, I feel like I'm a scientist. Breaking my appliances, anger with the sciences. That is what my style is, and evil is my stylist. How you smoking Percy's and still Jackson, the lighter thief. If you let the green shit go full circle like a reef, ain't scary. Nixon, Katy Perry, Jerry, aviary, hello. Watch me blow dead and buried, revolutionary up at shaking berry. The pen should make the paper move, but the stationary. Can't sleep in my bed since he was up bad. Got me fucked up, choosing tough up for the cynic. Basic ass living for a heart that's acidic. How am I supposed to judge if everyone's a critic?
Yeah, I rinse these over and over. Ideally, you want them to dry out and then rinse them.
You got me your house, nigga.
Dry out in between
Sit
rinses.
your little bitch ass down, nigga. Please listen to the kids.
Vote me for mayor. Taking
Dry out
helicopters
fully
down
and
with a
then
little
rinse
laser.
them.
And the cannon, I'm holding bigger than fucking mega. Yaga, the liquor for the shot to make you stagger. For my little brother, cause I kill my partners. Real bad boy, bomb baby, y'all box. With this empire, it's nothing like rock. These are enemy lines, nobody can
We don't need to rip off those. Why would we need to rip it off? Right? Really? This Ontario, you know what deal with it.
Where the gang sick shit got me reading the words as of my victim lip syncs.
I don't know who they
Kitchen sink murders, niggas long running through the streets of beef with the hamburger, with the burner. No food service, yeah, still M3G reppin', murder, sitting in the vehicle, plotting on people, taking your prized possession like a reaper, kneeling with the hammer, call it Tim Tebow, holding on the hammer, call it Home Depot. Everything I'm doing is illegal, everything I'm doing is illegal, kneeling with the hammer, call it Tim Tebow,
Somebody
holding
fucking
on the
saw them
hammer,
and gave them some type of description. So they gave description to the newspaper, which is weird.
Waiting for the street to
But
fall
it's
back.
weird.
All time in it. Running them a double shuttle, check me run 9 and 10. MGK on 1 point. Nigga, we some wild men. Put together lives again. Rifles like the Irishman. Used to come with Ben Shred, but Charlie was a rider man. Niggas try to end me for the money, call a fireman. I put my fucking flame up. Go ahead and try to death. For all means, do you. Young people do the field shot for solo. Cruising in the Subaru. Murder gang crew punch dogs and give them bubbles. You lose. Tell you what kind of like cool shoes. Listen, Junior is easy to hire shooters to whack. Right now, I'd rather smack. Don't even attempt, I won't tap. Really out of rap. Slap the kids so hard, I put a wonder, call him Matthew. Murder gang squad in effect. I set it up to win a spot. You about to follow my dialect. My number, you ain't dialed yet. That judge ain't fired. By the end of this track, a motherfucker buying it. That bitch holds gauges and a couple 45s in it. Catch a couple cases, but I'll beat him if I'm hiding it. In the L spot, nigga known for the kill shot. Cause I'm the nigga that shot Jack and chill out the hilltop. Real Red Rider Hood was Rider Hood. The song blew her up now. She ain't riding through the hood. And Woody Woodpecker was a fag while Batman got shots and panties up for his pants. Spidey was a swinger. Wolverine is a nigga that's obvious that I ain't gotta mention that splinter. While I master cheddar in my mouth, my temporal blast for cheddar. Trying to make out is better. Yeah, I'm sitting in the vehicle, plotting on people. Taking your prized possession like a reaper. Kneeling with the hammer, call it Tim Tebow. Holding on the hammer, call it Home Depot. Everything I'm doing is illegal. Everything I'm doing is illegal. Kneeling with the hammer, call it Tim Tebow. Holding on the hammer, call it Home Depot.
I know some groups that are dumb enough to do it. I just point throwing out those names. I got no reason to think it's them or not them. There's some people dumb enough.
Why don't you come around here and I'll make you feel right at home? From the couch to the floor, we'll be in the zone. Let's get it on till the dawn. I'll rise this kissing in the midst of the praying horizon. Fuzzy moon chemistry is what I'm feeling from you. A perfect love story with a rough draft prelude. I wanna make it right and follow right through. Honey, breakfast in bed is something I can do for you. Think your mangoes from the tip of my tongue, and I can get it done. So baby, give me some, and I can give you some, and we can go from there. Keep it PG, but you see what I mean. Let's go. Let me walk and trail and watch the sunset as the moon and stars reveals. Get rocked by the river and sit on the beach. Quiet times in the city can never be beat. So baby, you can do your thing, and I can do my thing. No, we can do our thing. Say, baby, you can do your thing. So do your thing, and I can do my thing. No, we can do our thing. It's showtime, your time to shine. Escalating at a pace that don't touch me blind. I get it, got it good. You're doing what you shouldn't. Let me tell you,
I wonder how often a kid pops out looking white in Sierra Leone. And if they know what it really means.
You're dreaming at the end, I'm dreaming more toes. And I think it's very sexy when you show me your full force and dressing, caressing get the best of me. I can be your best friend if you let me see what you believe. Honestly, the perfect life could be. Then, honey, I'll support you in the front row seat. And baby, you can do your thing, and I can do my thing. No, we can do a thing. Say, baby, you can do your thing. So do your thing, and I can do my thing. No, we can do a thing. Baby, you can do your thing.
So powerful.
I can do a thing. No, we
Joint
can do
without
a thing.
wow,
Baby,
it's
you
still
can do
smoking.
your
It's
thing. So do your
incredible.
thing, and I can do my thing.
You know what impressed me? Setting me on fire, you fucking idiots. I'm the one person all day long you can put on fires. It's not going to matter because all I do is light fires, intentionally or not. Wow. Anybody else see the smoke coming off that and just stop dead? Wow. The cigarette started to burn and then just stopped dead. The joint was burning and then just stopped dead. Well, they're both soaking wet? How the fuck did that happen?
The demon is a liar. He would like to confuse us, but he will also mix lies with the truth to attack us. He attacks us psychologically, power. Do not
This is real life shit, can't change it for an instant. Blood, sweat, and tears, now everyone's against it. Trying to step in our way, man, your ass will get popped. Got homies on every corner, none afraid to get shot. You hear it drop, here comes the end of your life. Hollow points cutting through you like the edge of a knife. It's getting harder to see, step away from the light. Cause I'm the devil in disguise, I stole your soul tonight. What?
I stole your soul tonight. I'm the devil in disguise, I stole your soul tonight. I stole your soul tonight. I'm the devil in disguise, I stole your soul tonight. I stole your soul tonight. I'm the devil in disguise, I stole your soul tonight. What? Yeah, I stole your soul tonight. Devil in disguise, stole your soul tonight.
As you wake up in the dark and not realizing I'm there, go ahead and reach for the light, you won't find one there. This is the darkness inside, mixed with the pain that you feel. Hear the voices calling out another soul to conceal. You see the tears in the eyes, that's what's causing the pain. Staring at yourself blindly, can't remember the name. Call me whatever you like, but let it be told, I'm the devil in disguise and the possessor of souls.
The possessor of souls, the devil in disguise, yeah, possessor of souls. The possessor of souls, I'll be the devil in disguise, the possessor of souls. The possessor of souls, I'll be the devil in disguise, the possessor of souls. The possessor of souls, devil in disguise, the possessor of souls.
Feel the pain in your chest, yeah, that's me coming back. Being possessed by the devil is the life that I have. A possessor of souls, another light in the dark. Hear the footsteps in the night, now your ass is in shock. Go ahead and hide, try to make no sound. I know your every thought and action, so you're bound to be found. I'm getting closer, can you feel my presence here? Cause I'm the devil in disguise, the only person.
My feet going rock climbing. All these niggas saying they rocked up, boy, none of them ain't got diamonds. Right, they not riding. Only thing I'm ducking is a cop siren. I'm out driving, going constant island. Can I find hide about 5 highs and I'm not lying, so stop trying. Why the fuck is you lying? Damn, that look like you back at it again. But then why is that to look back to why I still ride? These jump mats. Lord have mercy, all these niggas sound like ragamuffins. Mac, daddy, man, that Mac had a jumping. Together, stack a shock attack like 1-on-1 with Duncan. A crossover layer, maybe I might just stand with Duncan. Bodies on top of bodies, I had a cops bunking, I pulling up in no front. American muscle that foot. Let's take it back to that raw. 10 minutes of that store. Yeah, the pink fun another number 4. When the number sure, that's 100 more. I got 100 cars on the telly boy for the rugged raw with a lines pop. Lines cut from my Iron King. I got an iron port with a press niggas. I am record. You niggas suck like what? You niggas trying to force and our body goes to press particles like dinosaurs playing Diana Ross. To get my body across like an arrow dust. Beware of us. New Toronto, we're old Toronto. Same shit. Nah, just keep 6, cause 6 up whenever Drake snitch. New Toronto, we're old Toronto, same shit. Nah, just keep 6, cause 6 up whenever Drake snitch. what I fantasize. Sex, money, and murder is what I fantasize. Sex, money, and murder is what I fantasize. Sex, money, and murder is what I fantasize.
Plenty promises and promises, no family ties. Beating court cases surround me like a gang of flies. I seen a gun to keep it moving, only fantasize. About my equilibrium, I need to answer why. I need these banknotes and millions, and puzzles for my monument. To lay up in the B and see this D up in between my thighs. I fantasize about these angry guys. Killing fams, they never knew I wanna murder guys. You an accident murderer, you wanna earn your prize. Coming up off niggas looting all these hammers fly. I came up off the noodles. The hustle game is crucial. You ducking and they shoot you. Understand my whys? I could still be on my hammer shit. No, but the MC in me burning like this cannabis. I'm paramount on Atlas. Pick the fluctuate, the Sorrento. It's the only thing that's switching up. The game chill like menthol. Yo, who are you is kinfolk? I've been broken, came up and lost that and still cold. You niggas joking, still broke. Bring my niggas in and out. I'm about to hit the books, I'm the accountant. Tunnel vision, Rook versus all them crooks, I am surrounded. Pretty like the pound it. My bite barking louder than these gang events. Ain't none of you ain't been a threat. I'll show you how this 30 get. That's my age guard, it's in the next planet for the president. These pussies on the internet, still flashing on my daily rap. I never knew about Snoopy and Connect. I was the first female to rap the rappers rap. You twisted cause I cut the dress. The principle of older heads. You surely broke this bread though. When I was talking about my kinfolk, them years ended zero. There's deuces on the decade. Who jump on so still fade. I'm coming through the fuck it up like Luke Cage. I'm wavy like the loose spray. I'm still on point. Come on, flying in a loose cage.
Money get murder is what I fantasize. Sex, money, and murder is what I fantasize. Sex, money, and murder is what I fantasize. Sex, money, and murder is what I fantasize. When y'all were getting shot up, I was getting my bars up. I'm still getting caught one of the best in Toronto. Sex, drugs, and murder for money. You coming from me, I'm fucking gully. You still living, then you was lucky. You a public figure, trying your best. In this fight, we fight to the death. You bitches lost your sight and your breath. Taking your senses for granted. Became a patent Maryland Manson. You and your homie gon' be sharing your casket. We carried a ration and said that you a burial package. It's very relaxing. The way we taking care of the package. Get carried in plastic and dumped from an aerial vantage. My mom's used to say I'm always taking advantage. Nah, cause really I ain't taking the fat shit. And these are kind of people they report to the flag shit. And I'm on where to float like a stain in a damn shit. So I defend this bitch, I be strapped like Stan Smith. And boy, that ain't no reference. I love the glitzy 1911, my preference. Get you fired from your job with a severance. I kill the biggest bear like the Revenant. Don't wear your fur bits so everybody serve it. Fuck around with Charlie, but I'm getting on some murder shit. Big gun, then you know I'm gonna defend the turf with it. You bubble like a stripper on the ball when I'm working it. Shake up your vehicle like it's turbulence. My A-Rod keep explosives where it's turbulence. You feel the cold, I'll turn the heat on you, courteous. My treaty niggas put the poison in your curry dish. Mr. Obia, Mr. Pipe, Barbie Hanson, Okra. Boy, I'll get you soaked up. Tie 'em up and roped up. Chain look like gold dust. What's wrong, you know us. Flashed on and still get your throat cut. Sex, money, get murder is what I fantasize. Sex, money, and murder is what I fantasize. Sex, money, and murder is what I fantasize. Sex, money, and murder is what I fantasize.
party like I won the lottery. Fucking Friday night, where the fuck is everybody? I just wanna party like I won the lottery. I just wanna party like I won the lottery. I just wanna party like I won the lottery.
I'm like nervous since the engine blocks.
I just wanna party like I won the lottery. Where you at? Hit me up for the money. What is that? Get this paper, get this cash. No, we here with my niggas in the trash. Put it in, flip it quick, get it back. Hit me up with my niggas in the room. Cleaning up, sweeping up with a broom. Run it down, run it down, run it down. Double cup, double cup, double cup. So I got a couple racks today. Didn't think I'd make it, but I made it back today. Cashing out on the bank every day. Put in work, get paid. Where my niggas at? Fucking Friday night, where the fuck is everybody? I just wanna party like I won the lottery. Fucking Friday night, where the fuck is everybody? I just wanna party like I won the lottery. I just wanna party like I won the lottery. I just wanna party like I won the lottery. Fucking Friday night, where the fuck is everybody? I just wanna party like I won the lottery. Just got a little plane, just all in my veins. That's my name, no one on these lanes. Fucking Friday night, I ain't playing no games. I'm that West End chick that was raised in the lane. Yeah, you look amazing, you're just raising speed. You're on college, but they can't get a hold of me. Streets are right, Billy T, raise the bar for the scene. If the squirt ain't clean, don't fuck with me. They show up cold, but they wanna come around. I'ma ride this train to the water right now. I'm smart, late to the fight, but I'm not. I sound cold, but I'm not stuck now. Friday night, what the fuck is everybody? I'm on the party, like I won the lottery. Fucking Friday night. What the fuck is everybody? I'm on the party, like I won the lottery. I'm on the party, like I won the lottery. I'm on the party.
Ohio, sports at 15. It's a winning day for the markets with another record close for the NASDAQ, and Facebook is considering a political ad ban ahead of the U.S. election. Business at 26.
680 News Time, 6:01.
Traffic and weather together on one's brought to you by Don Valley North Toyota Airport. Shop for 680 Air.
On eastbound 401, still here. East 401 and 2 left lanes are blocked off because of a crash. Tows on scene. It's back to 30 from south of the airport.
Friday night, what the fuck is everybody? I'm on the party, like I won the lottery. Friday night, what the fuck is everybody? I just wanna party like I won the lottery. I just wanna party like I won the lottery. I just wanna party like I won the lottery. Friday night, what the fuck is everybody? I just wanna party like I won the lottery. Where you at? Hit me up for the money. What's that? Get this paper, get this cash. No, we here with my niggas in the trash. Put it in, flip it quick, get it back. Hit me up with my niggas in the room. Cleaning up, sweeping up with a broom. Run it down, run it down, run it down. Double cup, double cup. So I got a couple racks today. Didn't think I'd make it, but I made it back today. Cashing out on the bank every day. Free first, you start getting paid. I'm a nigga saying, fucking Friday night, what the fuck is everybody? I just wanna party like I won the lottery. Fucking Friday night, what the fuck is everybody? I just wanna party like I won the lottery. I just wanna party like I won the lottery. I just wanna party like I won the lottery. Fucking Friday night, what the fuck is everybody?
Humid and sunny out here in the GTA, but we do have some thunderstorm activity bubbling up around the greater Toronto region with some watches and warnings popping up through parts of cottage country. If you're going to be out on the roads, let's say that 400 north of very intense rainfall. We're going to see some thunderstorm activity popping up in pockets of the GTA as well tonight, probably close to sunset and lasting till midnight. To see the activity here this Saturday morning. Right now it's 32 out here in the morning. 60 years on 603. Details from Plains Northwest and Kingston
Soon after 1 p.m., gunfire rang out in a parking lot on Plains Road east near King Road. A body was found lying in the middle of the lot near a large black SUV. Multiple police constable Ryan Anderson has no comment on multiple reports, including one from a health inspector that the dead man is held in officer of Pat Musitano. 2 people have been shot. Second male is in hospital in serious critical condition. We do have a third hospital with pressure with injuries at this point. Residents in the area say different things about what happened here. One man tells me he heard attempts to just the encounter few ways after that pacemaker started. I'm the same the shooter fled the scene. Constable Anderson says he raised the vehicle of interest.
Race again, race again.
Just after investigators are looking for a suspect driving a black SUV seen just found on Rushmore Drive. No reported injuries or victims at this time. Reporting live, I'm Michelle Mackey.
Peel police are asking the man at the center of that racist rant at the TNT supermarket in Mississauga last weekend to turn himself in. Investigators know his name now, but have yet to locate him. He could be charged with causing a disturbance. Peel police tells you
causing a disturbance.
Hate crime charges will be laid.
Speaking to the Attorney General, the inclusion bill is what they've seen on the video. They can put around on social media, which is not qualified, but it is still considered a hate-motivated incident.
The verbal attack on staff at the Central Parkway West grocery store happened last Sunday. Video was posted online a few days later. You can watch it at 680news.com.
This is 680 News. As many in the GTA look for pools and splash pads to cool off during the heat wave. 680's Madison Fitzpatrick tells us this weekend we might be getting a much-needed break, at least from the oppressive conditions. Madison.
James, the sweltering heat has taken over the GTA as temperatures stay above 30 degrees. But for those who enjoy more seasonal temperatures, 680's meteorologist Denise Andriacci says this weekend's active weather will break the trend. All the heat and humidity is going to simmer down, so we won't have as much instability tomorrow with the active weather. Still a few rumbles of thunder, but certainly today with this high humidity and this intense heat, the lake breeze, the cold front, we're going to see a lot of pop-up thunderstorm activity later today. Denise also says that localized flooding is a strong possibility if we get into heavy downpours, so drivers, please keep that in mind. And now Toronto's 140 splash pads and 56 outdoor swimming pools are now open for you to cool off in if the heat is still too much for you this weekend. Reporting live, Madison Fitzpatrick, 680 News.
The Premier took the show on the road today instead of the daily briefing being held at Queen's Park. Doug Ford speaking from a manufacturing company in Woodbridge.
Premier Doug Ford visiting 4 businesses today, thanking workers for their service during the pandemic. Ford's daily COVID-19 update, though, taking a different focus as he spoke about encouraging job numbers released in the province and Ontario's economic resilience through the last few months. Comes alongside continued encouraging provincial numbers. 116 new cases of the virus today, and they're mostly confined to the GTA, along with the testing of temporary workers in Windsor, Essex, while more than 27,000 tests were completed in total. But it's in Windsor, Essex, where officials are asking the provincial or federal governments to take over the situation on various farms.
Everyone is doing the best they can do locally, but this type of situation requires a different level of coordination because of the complexity involved.
Windsor Mayor Drew Dilkins says having a lead agency on the matter would help prevent any issues or confusion as testing continues for the hundreds of workers that have been put at risk. I'm Stuart McGinn.
This is All News Radio 680 News. After almost a month, the tense Coming down Nathan Phillips Square, protesters packing up a week after being served with a trespassing notice. Here's 680's Mama Qureshi.
The tents have been up in Nathan Phillips Square since June 19th, led by the group Afro-Indigenous Rising. They were given notice last Friday that the equipment had to come down by Monday, and even though nothing happened at that point, this morning, the group did peacefully take it all down. Shar is with the group and says even though the tents are down, the protest continues.
So for us, it's not just about the goal of abolishing the police and saying take all their money away, disband them, but we really want to prove that communities can have alternative solutions. We really want to show that the proactive measures are better than the reactive measure of the police.
Since the group handed out thousands of dollars worth of food, water, and tents to those in need every day, Mayor Tory says their voices have been heard.
As led, I can tell you, to us getting the message with respect to some of the concerns they had about our Indigenous people and about anti-Black racism and so on.
The city says the protesters are allowed to remain in the square, but equipment like tents and generators have to go. I'm Owen Qureshi.
This is 680 News. Now, 680 News gas price update coming down a cent at midnight. Got your traffic in the nines, Christine.
Hey, this report is brought to you by ExploreNet Internet. Northbound 400 easing somewhat, but still heavy approaching Major Mackenzie to north of Teston, from approaching Aurora Road to north of Highway 9, and a very slow from Mapleview to north of Essa. Northbound Highway 11 and Bracebridge at Alpine Ranch Road down to a single lane, and that's for sinkhole repairs. So expect delays. Now, some good news in Springwater East and westbound Highway 26 reopened at Horseshoe Valley Road, so no more delay through this area. Eastbound 401 also easing, just a slight slowdown east of Salem and through Dixon. By the time you get to the 35-115, you're well up to speed. Northbound 115, though, is still jammed from Airport Road to Highway 7, where we have single-lane road repairs taking place. You can take northbound Airport Road to eastbound Lansdowne Street, which is Highway 7 essentially, and head into Peterborough that way. That might save you a bit of time. County Road 124 closed between Shelburne and St. Hampton, and that's for an ongoing serious collision. No word when this is going to reopen. With Cottage Country traffic on the nines, I'm Christine Langos.
Accelerate your internet with ExploreNet LTE service. Now with unlimited data. Visit explorenet.com for details.
Buy a car today a much better way. Visit OntarioCars.ca.
Listen here, my friend, and I'll offer a little advice. Why scour the city looking for a used or new car when you can easily visit OntarioCars.ca and find a large selection to choose from? Couldn't be simpler. No clutter, just cars. There's all-in pricing from our trusted sellers too, and all purchases are protected by the compensation fund. Find your trade at OntarioCars.ca.
OntarioCars.ca.
680 News Time is 611.
Traffic and weather together on the ones brought to you by California Table Grapes. Airborne Chopper 680. Here's your...
I pulled over at Burdenthorpe and Erin Mills. Erin Mills and Burdenthorpe, where some construction set up. North and southbound Erin Mills. From north of Dundas up towards the 403. It's a single-lane for construction, so it's busy through that whole stretch. But it's not moving that well either, so keep that in mind. Looking over towards the 401, you can see backups east of the 401 because of an ongoing issue. East 401 at Dixon. Two left lanes are blocked with a crash. It's backed up from south of the airport in the express lanes to Dixon. Not bad in the collectors. Then after that, delays Wharton to Kennedy collectors. Westbound 401 is backed up because of that eastbound issue. Delays from the Allen, alternately express and collectors right through to Dixon. And after that, it opens up. From the 680 Traffic Center, Kyle Hawking.
Well, we briefly had problems on the northbound 404 in between the last two reports. DBP, first of all, is busy. Don Mills to York Mills, and then it's slow from north of Steeles to approaching the 407, where those problems on the 404 northbound just cleared away. And if you're on the westbound Gardner, busy York to west of Strawn, and an update to the westbound QEW as well. Approaching Appleby, everything just moved off to the left shoulder, so all live lanes are open here. We have a delay from Bronte to approaching Appleby, where you will still see the crews on the left shoulder. As you travel toward the city, no problems on the eastbound QE Gardner, but the southbound 404 Down Valley has delays approaching Shepherd to the 401 ramps. Onto the DVP, it's busy 401 to York Mills. And then from Eglinton to the Don Mills ramps, we have Don Mills reduced to a single lane of the DVP for construction, which is causing a real jam up in this area. Looking for a snack that's packed with goodness? Naturally delicious grapes from California are good tasting and good for you. With a whole bunch of healthy, go with grapes from California. Your next report at 6:21, and with the forecast, here's Denise Andriachi.
Well, it will feel quite different this weekend compared to the last, really several weeks where we've had intense heat and humidity. Now, the mugginess isn't necessarily going anywhere, but the core temperatures are going to go back to seasonal. After tonight, we have some active weather rolling through, and it's slicing through the humidity. It's changing up and shifting the weather pattern here over the Great Lakes just for a little while. We'll probably see that ridge building back in and tap back into that higher heat towards the weekend, next weekend rather. But for this weekend, seasonal temperatures near 27 degrees for Saturday. There's some thunderstorms firing up across southern Ontario tonight, and here in the GTA, it looks like closer to sunset, and then for the overnight, we can see some active weather as well, kind of lasting into the early part of Saturday. It's still 30 degrees right now downtown Toronto. It's 32 at Pearson. Your overnight low is 21.
Now let's go Giant Trade Market Minute to the Business Center. Carl Garnish.
What a week it was, James. It was a winning week for both Bay and Wall Street, but the Nasdaq just kept seeing record closes. Today it locked in at 6 record closes in 7 days. It gained 69 points to 10,617 today. As for the Dow, it rose by 1.4% or 369 points. S&P adding 1% or 32 points.
Oh, you should let it dry up. No, it's just trying to get strong enough to kill me while I'm sleeping.
As for gold, it lost $1.90, finishing at 1,801. Oil rose by 2.4%, closing at $4.55 a barrel, and the Canadian dollar went down by 6/100ths of a cent to close at 73.56 cents U.S. At the Business Center, I'm Carl Garnish.
Direct invest with Scotia iTrade. Get started in 3 easy steps and begin your investing journey from home today. Learn more at scotiaitrade.com.
Today on Hey Culligan, the best things in life are free. Water tests. Let's go to Candace.
Hey Culligan, how do I learn more about my water?
Candace, let me just test the waters here.
Okay.
Literally test your water.
Oh.
For free.
Free?
Free, Candace. In-home water tests for free. So you know more about your water and how to make it better with Culligan water. And Candace,
yeah,
we're already on the way.
Oh, good.
Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with a local Culligan water expert at culligan.ca.
What's better than getting the lowest guaranteed prices on electronics? How about a big bonus to go with them? Bonus days at Vision's Electronics with thousands of dollars in bonus offers throughout the store, including bonus car installs, bonus Dyson vacuums, bonus wireless earbuds, bonus Netflix gift cards, and more and more and more. Oh yeah. Curbside pickup, delivery, or shop in store. Bonus days at Visions Electronics. Sale ends soon. See the flyer at visions.ca.
This is All News Radio, 680 News.
Sunny skies in downtown Toronto, some gusty winds, 32 at Pearson, but it feels like 40. Good evening from 680 News broadcast. I'm James Monroe.
I'm Nicole Janison, and it's good to have stories right now.
It's going up to 6 here, and it's 40 degrees. Oh, with the humidity. Well, I'm a human being, so with the humidity, I can sweat.
Reporting was shot to death in his armored-plated SUV. His brother shot and killed 4 years ago.
Yeah, that's the other. I know I've heard these stories.
And a heat warning remains in effect for Toronto if you're making a break for the lake. With cottage country traffic coming up on the 9s. Rob Long.
Today is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. has a new position. We get the details from Sports.
You put soy sauce on your cheeseburgers and french
started with a second intra-squad game of the spring. Many of the Jays have taken the field, including Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who we're going to see play first base today. Charlie Montoyo announcing this afternoon that Vladdy's moving to first for the 2020 season. Travis Shaw ostensibly will get the first shot. That being the new third base.
Can you imagine after all this, and they go, hey, by the way, you're playing a different position. And what do you do? Say no?
Coming up on July 21st and 22nd at Fenway Park before their season opener. Happening now at Muirfield Village. It's round 2 of the Workday Charity Open, and a couple of Canadians are in the mix right now. Nick Taylor, 4 under through 9. He is sitting at 9 under par. Colin Morikawa has the lead in the clubhouse at 13 under par. Sports at 15 and 45, past every hour or anytime at sportsnet.ca/590.
This is 680 News.
Hi, Anthony Longo here. I bet some of your favorite foods have a name attached to them, like Mom's Ravioli, are and berries and cookies. They're foods made to a higher standard. Take our huge variety of raw, cooked, and organic shrimp. We make sure every piece is sustainably sourced.
Like mist by the window. It went way the fuck up in the air. Where'd that come from? What was that?
Products that proudly carry the Longos name. I guarantee they will become some of your new favorites. Longos, higher standards since 1956.
Does your credit card debt keep you up at night?
Nope.
I know mine did. Hi, I'm Adam, and 6 years ago, I was no different, so I started New Borrow. Our proven step-by-step system helps homeowners eliminate debt and save thousands, like Tina.
Now I sleep at night,
Tina,
my debts are paid off, and I only make one monthly payment.
Read hundreds of other 5-star Google reviews and apply today to start saving.
Use your home to get a loan with New Borrow. Visit New